Hey, what's up guys? So many of you saw my video that I did on the Bank of America program called the Community Affordable Loan Solution that dropped last week. Now, today I wanted to basically give you an update on information that I found out from a Bank of America lender. And he gave me some really good information. Now, I know there's some videos out there already kind of giving you guys an update. Hopefully this will fill in some of the blanks for you. If I'm giving redundant information, hey, click off the video, keep on moving. But for those of you that don't know, I want to make sure that you've got all the information that you need so that you can make the right choice for your loan solution. Now, I'm not here to tell you this is the best loan for you. It may not be, but what I want to do is make sure that you get the information. Let's get into it. So the first thing that I want to do is get into the misconception that this is a loan specifically for Black, Hispanic, or Latino people. It is not. Anyone can apply for this loan. Now, here's the kicker and where I think the confusion came in. You have to be willing to live in an area that is 50% or more multicultural. That's 50% or more Black, Hispanic, or Latino. This is where you've got to live. Now, everybody asks me, is this in the hood? Are these bad areas? I live in an area right now here in Charlotte that actually meets that criteria. And I can tell you right now, guys, I don't live in the hood. I've actually been living in the university area for about 25 years or so. And you've got some rough spots pretty much anywhere in every city. But this is by far not the hood, guys. So these are not going to be homes that are in the hood. Again, it's just 50% or more multicultural. And you're going to find a lot of that all over Charlotte. Who's eligible to get one of these loans? You've got to be a first-time home buyer, or you've got to be a homeowner that has not had home ownership in the last 3 years. That's what actually makes you eligible for the program. Now, here's the beauty of it. No down payment, no closing costs, no PMI, which typically requires you to put down 20%, okay? Wiping that away for you. And they're going to give you up to $10,000 in down payment assistance to cover the rest of your closing costs. Also, there is an income cap as well. If you make more than $120,719 per year, then you're also not eligible for this program. So again, what makes you not eligible? Making $120,719 per year, or not being a first-time homeowner. These are the things that are going to disqualify you at the very beginning of this process before you get into any kind of underwriting with Bank of America. Now, you've got to take a home buyer education course. I've already identified one of the companies here in Charlotte. I've done actually some extensive work with them in the past with other down payment assistance and grant programs. Louise Mack is amazing. Her company is called Prosperity Unlimited. They're one of the federal companies that's been certified to be able to give these home education courses. It's an 8-hour certificate. I do have one, actually I've got about five people going through, but I heard from one person that told me that it's a lot of paperwork to upload. This is not going to be easy. Mrs. Mack also told me, Sean, the people that are going to get through this program are the people that are willing to come in and do the work. When she releases you, she's going to make sure that you're ready to go to Bank of America and get your loan approved. Now, where can you buy a home? Okay, we talked about the 50% multicultural, but I think the other mistake here is that people think that it's only for Charlotte or in the Charlotte city limits. Actually, they're looking at this by county. So we've got multiple counties you can buy a home in. 11 counties to be exact. Anson County, Cabarrus County, Mecklenburg County, Iredell County, Lincoln County, York County, just to name a few. But guys, listen, in some of these areas, yes, in Charlotte, the Charlotte Metro, I should say, it's going to be a little bit tougher to find that 50% multicultural because some of these areas are pretty rural. But if you stay, pretty close proximity to Charlotte, some parts of Cabarrus County, some parts of Gaston County, you will be able to find that pretty easily and find homes and neighborhoods that you want to live in. Once you get your certificate from Prosperity Unlimited, you can now go to Bank of America and apply for your loan. I've got a great lender over there, Brandon. He is amazing and actually runs the university office here, one of their top lenders. We'll get you with him to get that process started. Now, what is Bank of America going to be looking for? I think everybody was blown away when they found out there's not going to be an actual credit check. However, they are going to look at your credit. They want to see that you've got at least 3 trade lines, but it's not a deal breaker if you don't. Now, check this out. Only 2 out of the 3 trade lines, I should say, only 1 has to be active. So if you've got 2 credit cards that you've paid up, they're still on your credit report, you're not using them, you paid off, that's fine. You got a car payment, however, that you're making car payments on, there's your active trade line. You got rent that you're making, okay, and they're reporting that, that's an active trade line. So you only have to have 1 active trade line going in order for trade lines to be considered for you to be approved for your loan. Now, here's the thing that blew my mind, okay? It really blew my mind. He told me also that if you don't have any trade lines at all, they're willing to actually look at stuff like Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, gym memberships, car insurance payments, right? They will look at this stuff to determine whether or not you've been a good active payer for the last 12 months and not been late. Now, listen, most people have that stuff on auto draft. You should be able to get through this program fairly easily as long as you can prove that you've been doing those things. So again, Netflix, Hulu, streaming services, gym memberships, all these things that we'll also consider when it comes to taking a look at your credit. Now, if you've got stuff on your credit, charge-offs, for example, okay, anything that's more than $250, anything more than $250, they're going to ask you to either pay it off or to make a payment arrangement. That payment, though, will become part of your debt to income ratio. Medical bills they're not too concerned with, but if you've got something there that's been charged off over $250, they will ask you to pay that off or to make a payment arrangement. All right, so just keep that in mind that they are going to look at your credit report, but it's not going to be what they use to determine whether or not you get to buy a home through this program. Now let's talk about late payments, okay? So now, I want to make sure I'm very specific about this part because it can be confusing. So you can have no late payments on anything in the last 6 months. You'll be disqualified, okay? Now, with that said, you can have 1 late payment on your rent or your car payment in the last 12 months, but it had to be more than 6 months ago, okay? And it couldn't have been late more than 30 days, all right? If you got questions about that, make sure you reach out to me and ask. You also have the ability to have 2 late payments on your credit card or other revolving debt, right? But it couldn't be more than 30 days, okay? Watch that part again if you got any questions about it. And if you want further explanation, call me, 704-340-3822. Now, your maximum debt to income ratio can be 50%. Now, when it comes to student loans, Bank of America used to count 1.5% towards your total debt to income ratio. That's 1.5% of your student loan debt amount. Well, now for this program, they're going to drop that down to 0.5%. So for example, if you've got a $50,000 loan balance out there, they're only going to count 0.5% of that. So that's $250. That's $250 they're going to apply basically to your debt to be included with your debt to income ratio. Now, here's the best part. If you've got an income-driven payment plan set up with your debt servicer for your student loan, then you can provide that letter. And whatever payment you're making, $10, $15, they will accept that, guys. I think that is absolutely amazing. I think so because I've had a buyer in the past that had an income-driven plan. He wasn't paying enough, though, for the lender to be satisfied. They made him go back and readjust that and raise that payment by about $50. Bank of America is telling you basically they will accept whatever you have as long as you've got it in writing from your servicer. That's pretty stinking awesome. Now, if you've had any kind of bankruptcies or you had a short sale, they're going to make you wait 4 to 7 years before you can get into this program. So there's another deal breaker as it relates to getting this money from Bank of America. Now, one thing I'll tell you that I also do like about this program, I've dealt with a lot of down payment assistance programs in my career. Now, most of those programs, even though they're giving you a lot of money up front, they're going to hit you with what they call deed restrictions. And some of these restrictions basically say, if you don't stay in this home 15 to 30 years, 2 things, You're going to have to pay the money back if you sell your home, number one. Number two, you're going to have to sell your home to somebody else that's in need, basically meeting 80% of the median income for that area. So if you've got $200,000 in equity, you may not be able to pull that money out with some of those other programs because you've got to sell to somebody that can actually afford your home. Well, with this program, it is completely forgivable. Once you get the money and you buy that home, and in 6 months you've earned, hypothetically, $200,000 in equity, you can sell your home and all the money's yours. You don't pay Bank of America back anything. That's a game changer right there, guys. That's pretty stinking awesome. So if you have any questions about this program, and you want me to clarify any more information for you, give me a call, 704-340-3822. I'm Sean Gerald, Queen City House Hunter here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I can't wait to serve you. I'll talk to y'all soon. Have a great day.